Hi. Okay. So this is all a very new little world for me. The other day, I had an opportunity to actually go out and kind of do a takeover with Amy Robbins' Alexa Athletica, and it actually was a lot of fun, to say the least. But what it did do is it sort of I guess promoted me to sort of feel like, well, maybe this is something I should do more often. And I took that opportunity, and I'm so grateful that I was given it. But I took that morning opportunity to start the day with scripture, because I kind of felt like so many of us get caught up in social media. We wake up, I mean, I know, I do. You wake up, you grab your phone, you go on Facebook, you go on Instagram, you do all these things, and you kind of feed your brain junk food the first thing in the morning. And I'm trying to see if I can encourage us to go in a different direction. And this is honestly like me telling myself to do this more often as well. So I'm taking this journey along with you guys. But I was sitting this morning, and a lot of folks, some folks know, some folks don't. And I like to bring this up a little bit more often now, because I'm finding that it actually may help others. Some may know, some may not, but I'm actually a widow. I was married. I have to say I had a pretty remarkable marriage. I had an amazing husband, and unfortunately and tragically, he sort of died. He died suddenly back in 2013. And I'm very open about that, but I don't always put it out there, because I don't want the sympathy, and I don't want people to sort of look at my feed and go, oh my gosh, this is totally depressing, because it's not. I mean, I like to say that my husband had graduated early. We were both people of faith, a very strong faith, and for myself and for him, the end goal ultimately is the hereafter. It is what waits us beyond everything else. And so I like to say that he graduated early, and one day we will be reconnected, and life goes on, and I've taken this opportunity to try to find a way to persevere through it. There was an amazing piece of scripture that was so poignant and so perfectly said, that we actually read at his funeral, and I just want to read it to you guys as well, because I feel like oftentimes we go through this world and we don't know what our purpose is, and we have our plans, and then our plans go completely awry and they're derailed, and we're sort of left holding the shattered pieces that are left behind, going, what do I do next? What's my purpose? So there is a passage in 2 Timothy 4 verse 7, and it says, I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. And I mean, first of all, it's such a beautiful and very simple statement, because so often, most of us, like I said, our faith is tested almost daily. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how little money you have, how successful you are, how many friends all these things, none of that stuff matters. What you find out matters at the end of your days, whenever that may come, is that it's about persevering. It's about overcoming challenges. It's about taking things that could be for your detriment and somehow finding the strength and the courage and the faith to turn them into something really positive. And that's kind of what I've tried to do with my whole Tactical Inc. brand. It's not just about getting people to be more pro Second Amendment or getting people to be able to defend themselves. For me, what Tactical Inc. really meant was that I was going to take a situation, a circumstance. My life was in a very different direction. And, at the time, my husband and I were actually trying to have a family. And in that process is when he passed away. And so you have to understand, like, my life completely went against what the plan was. And so I had two choices. I could either succumb to that grief, or I could figure out a way to utilize my faith, to fight the good fight, to keep the faith, to understand and to know that God is always looking out for me, that no matter how derailed my life might have been at that point or felt at that point, that I was going to figure out a way to persevere through it and utilize it, hoping to help others. And that's kind of what I've been doing, and that's kind of what my goal is. So like I said, I just wanted to set this morning, because I want to encourage people that no matter what you're going through, no matter how many hardships and heartaches that you might experience in life, that I encourage you to keep persevering through it, and also to try to be open about it. I think what I've found is that the more open that I've become about my own personal journey, it's helped others kind of open up, because then we feel like we're not alone. I think oftentimes a lot of us sort of feel like we're in this own little bell jar of our experience, and there's probably a lot of others out there that feel very similar, and they're afraid to come out and say that. So I encourage you to just be open about your experience. I'm very much open about mine. So if there's ever a time that you have any questions, or want to have a discussion maybe about something that you're going through, this is what I'm here for. My Tactical brand is not just about, again, empowering women to have a better situational awareness and survival mindset. My hope and my goal is to really encourage and empower others to be bold in their faith, to fight the good fight, and in the end, they will finish the race. So that is my 2 cents for this morning. I'm hoping that I kind of put this in your heart for the rest of the day, and just think about your life and how you're going to overcome your obstacles and staying in your faith. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. See you in a little bit. Bye-bye.